looking at the RV belonging to 4 recent college grads who've been driving around the country. Their mission? To interview the most passionate people in America, including athletes, executives, and everyday people.
Known as Pursue the Passion, these 4 guys will trek more than 14,000 miles through America in this RV. In the end, they hope their tour will inspire other young people to pursue their passions. So, all right, how'd you guys come up with this idea? Brad, what was how'd this happen?
Yeah, I had no idea what I wanted to do after graduation, and I just decided to talk with people that had figured it all out. So we just started cruising around the country and interviewing people about where they were at our age and how they got to where they are today.
Now, you started out with a particular RV, and you're not in the same one now. How does that work exactly? The first one was what?
The first one was a 1988 Fleetwood Bounder, and it broke down about 3 hours into the trip.
So you're saying it was like a hoopty, kind of?
It was a hoopty, for sure.
Oh, there it is. Here, we're looking at the pictures now.
Now, you got a bunch of signatures on the other RV, right?
Yeah. Everybody that steps foot in our new RV, we have them sign the ceiling, sign the walls.
Famous signatures or just regular old people, or what?
It's just anybody that steps in. We haven't really talked with anybody that famous yet.
Yeah.
But
I can only imagine it. If it was 4 girls traveling, that thing would be packed with stuff, curling irons, hairspray, you name it, high-heeled shoes. What do you guys have back in there?
Everything,
Stuff in the
equipment.
back.
We're looking at. Oh my!
Oh, what have we here?
Oh, you guys are real clean. That's real nice.
A bachelor's den. Do you guys ever make the bed?
That's more organized than it looks. We know where everything is.
Basketball, toilet paper,
This is
all the
one.
necessities.
That's all you need.
It's a heck of a road trip. Right, somebody tell me the story about Dwayne Edwards. These are some of the people that you've met along the way with passion.
Yeah.
Dwayne Edwards was the head designer at a Jordan brand for Nike.
Oh, so main league designer, yeah.
Yeah, and he had a really inspiring story because he lost 2 of his brothers who were also artists, so he felt like he was kind of living their dream out as well.
So through him, their dreams are happening.
Yeah.
Really
Very cool.
inspiring for a lot of people, too. Okay, Amanda Lattimore, a social worker. Why did you guys pick her?
Amanda Lattimore is interesting. She's an epidemiologist. She's actually doing a graduate program at Johns Hopkins right now.
Oh, wow.
And this woman is like a
That's
former
like studying
model.
the histories of diseases and stuff and where they come from.
Exactly,
And,
but she does it from a much more social standpoint. She's actually studying like HIV and marginalized populations in San Diego. She's also a former model.
Oh my gosh! Well, that doesn't hurt,
Which
huh?
is always nice.
And the guys are smiling right now.
And you actually have a bad day. So she had a bad day. Tell me about the bad day she had. It was an amazing bad day.
It wasn't her bad day, but it was one of her clients' bad
Yeah.
day, where she lost her son, her home, and on the way to go to meet with Amanda, got stabbed in the neck with an ice pick. So
What?
That's kind of that'll ground you real quick. You know, when you think you're having a bad day, that's a story that we look upon to say that it's not so bad.
That'll put things in
Good
perspective.
for context, good for perspective, and looking at your own problems and figuring out that maybe they're not quite as bad as you once thought they were.
Jackie in the audience with a question. Go ahead, Jackie.
Yes, this sounds like a really fun venture, and it's very educational. What we'd like to know is, how do you finance it?
Yeah, good question.
Well, we've been fortunate enough to find some sponsors that really believe in our message, including jobbing.com and a few other people that have helped us out with in-kind contributions. So they've really made it possible to go out in this RV and cruise the country.
Do they pay for that toilet paper too? I'm still like so excited about the things there and CDs and everything. Okay, what you guys have got to eat a lot. I'm sure you eat a lot of food out there. But you came across a guy with a bunch of brownies, which I would have just rated his little stash there. Tell us about that.
David Kravitz, Fairy Tale Brownies in Phoenix, and he gave us the whole tour. And he's been cooking brownies. He's a Stanford graduate in engineering, and he just decided after 5 years of working as an engineer to go out and make brownies. So he's been doing that for about 15 years, and he's been pretty successful at it. He made $450,000 in one day selling brownies.
Now, the interesting thing about this guy is the way he works with his staff. I think he's got a very tight relationship. Explain that.
Yeah, he just makes all the information available for his employees to see. That includes the sales for the day and the net income and everything like that.
$450,000 in one day.
That's a lot of brownies.
Yeah, Jay,
Yeah.
did they give you samples, man? Bring me some. That's amazing.
Lots of samples. Best in the answer to the question.
What are some of the most, who's the most interesting person that you guys have met?
Yeah, that's good.
Aside
Zach,
from
why don't you
Kent.
take this one? Go ahead.
Everybody likes to ask that question. It's kind of hard to answer. Some of them we got to interview the head killer whale trainer at SeaWorld, who was very cool for obvious reasons. We got to see the show, and he just did a lot of crazy things with the killer whales, and so it was fun to watch. But I mean, as far as interesting, it's always surprising. We interviewed this guy that did all the HR for the Wynn casinos, he wouldn't necessarily expect to be especially interesting, but he blew us away. He's this great storyteller with a lot of really great things to say, and I've been surprised. Everybody's been extremely interesting. Has a lot to say. It's been very cool.
No, is it true that you guys locked yourself out of the RV once?
We locked ourselves in the RV.
Well, you got everything you need in there.
Well, actually, the lock in the RV was broken for some time, for like a couple days, and we were a little concerned about our computers and whatnot. And after a while, we pulled up in front of this guy's house in San Diego, Rick Barrera, and we actually couldn't get out of the RV.
Oh, no.
This was like climb out the windows.
A fine iron.
No air conditioning, no nothing, just toilet paper and CDs.
So have you interviewed anybody here in Seattle yet? Just starting here in Seattle?
Yeah, we interviewed Nathan Kaiser, Kurt Rosengren, who's Passion Catalyst, and Joanne Gordon, who's the author of Be Happy at Work.
Wow.
And today we're doing impromptu interviews around Seattle at the Space Needle at the market down there.
So if this RV just shows up, say hi and
say hi, knock on our door.
Yeah, Taryn with a quick question. Yeah, go ahead, Taryn.
Yeah, if you were to do it all over again, is there anything you would do different?
We're kind of just starting.
Noah's smiling up there.
No, that's funny because that's actually the last question that we ask all of our interviewees. We ask them if they went back to 22, what they would tell themselves to do.
Hey, Taryn, you're connected with you. Maybe just join them in the RV and go around the country. You already know their questions, right? Yeah, she's like, no way am I getting in the back of that. Good luck, you guys.
Yeah.
Come back when it's all done. It'd be interesting to see what you found out, okay? All right, we'll be right back.